Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to be talking about one of the elements that can affect us emotionally or on a physical level whilst listening to music, and one of those elements is frequencies that I'm going to be picking up on. The rate per second, what is a frequency? It is the rate per second of a vibration constituting a wave, either in a material as in sound waves or in an electromagnetic field as in radio waves and light. So frequency is the number of occurrences of a repeating event per unit of time, and frequencies in music are just another way, are audio frequencies, and audio is just another word for sound. If you're an electronic musician, or you've done some home recording, you've probably messed around with equalizer settings or plug-in controls that are set in terms of frequencies. So when you're mixing your music down, your equalizer comes up and you can actually see the bad frequencies that might overlap another sound, and you cut out that bad frequency to bring forward more like you get rid of all the bad sound within the background of an instrument's sound or vocals, or you can do the opposite, and your equalizer is really good for that, balancing out all of your frequencies. I'm not a technician. I've never done anything on sound technician work, but I've learnt enough at college to understand basic principles about mixing, and your equalizer controls the frequencies in your mixing. There isn't just one frequency in a piece of music. It is filled with a group of different sounds, which overall makes a song all about different frequency. Humans can hear air vibrating at roughly 20 Hz up to 20,000 Hz, and differs from person to person with age. And we perceive low frequencies as a low pitch and high frequencies as a high pitch. And I mentioned in my other video briefly just the biology behind it, and we have sorry, just a minute. So we've got, in as high frequency sounds, it's the cochlea, which is a big help in the ears when it comes to giving us energy. It's filled with hair cells that help turn frequencies into sounds, so they create a charge between them, which generates stronger uplifting energy waves more than a low frequency sound will. And so for low frequencies, it's called the saccule, like I had a double chin. Also located in the ear, responds to sounds in the low frequency range. So any sound with a low bass, like rock music or rap, makes us want to move. Sounds induce movement, and in doing so contributes to our energy level. And because of the nature of low frequency sound, too much of it can exhaust us. So can we tune a music to a piece of music to a different frequency ourselves? The frequency we desire to be at vibrationally, and I believe we can. There is actually a setting you can mess around with on your radio or and you can alter when you're creating your own music, you can alter the frequency that it's going to be based at. So you do have control over different frequencies you might want to surround yourself by. I suppose when we're listening to a song, it's hard to understand if it is a bad frequency or not. But we're always going to listen. We're never going to be on a high vibe all the time. And sometimes when you're feeling low, you need to listen to stuff such as rock or something that's just a bit more, on that vibrational level for you to then mediate yourself with, and then you'll start to kind of rise again, listen to your more uplifting stuff, because you don't want to stay on that level. So some theorists and musicians, the current reference frequency for tuning your musical instruments is 440 hertz. Hertz being what you measure energy in. That's your standard tuning, 440. Some theorists and musicians claim that the 432 hertz tuning has better effects on the human brain body, but there are no scientific studies that support this hypothesis fully. I did find a study that was carried out in Italy to at least touch on the possibilities, and this was on PubMed, called Music Tuned, and I'll pop the link below for you to have a look at. So the objective of it was to identify differences in vital parameters and perceptions after listening to music at different frequencies. So your vital parameters being such as your blood pressure, your heart rate, your respiratory rate, oxygen perceptions, and your own personal perceptions, such as your emotional, physical sensations, whether this might bring on fatigue, stress level, and also changing the levels of concentration as well during listening, and general satisfaction with the experience. And so what they did, it was set out with 2 sessions of music, listening on different days. Both sessions used the same music, movie soundtracks, but tuned to 440 hertz on one day and 432 hertz on the other. Each session was 20 minutes listening. And the results were that 432 hertz tuned was associated with a slight decrease in blood pressure, a marked decrease in heart rate. The conclusion was 432 hertz tuned music can decrease heart rate more than 440 hertz tuned music, which means that tuning to 432 is more relaxing, soulful, and the experience compared to 440 hertz. And that is all. Well, that's what I've written out to just explain, and I wanted to do a much shorter video than what I did before. So you can see that although there's not a lot of evidence backing up these claims, could we start moving forward and thinking we need to start, now we've got all this equipment in order to make any kind of music we like, could we start looking at how different frequencies may be affecting us even whilst we're driving to work? It might be a damage that we can't see, and we're constantly surrounded by these things, so it's, some people might want to take it into consideration and think, I don't want this type of music on today, or I don't want this on around my children, or I don't, just being mindful of the sound you surround yourself with. Also, I might, in another video, I might look into if there's, different recording techniques, which will have an effect on different frequencies that you get from that recording techniques. Like your older recording techniques might have a different frequency than what our new recording techniques do, which then might explain if our older music has a different properties for our health than what our more modern day music does. So yeah, and just I might go through examples of different types of music that, and compare really how we feel. I'd be interested to carry out little experiments like that one that I mentioned myself once lockdown's finished, and I don't know if I haven't looked fully myself if there's more projects that have been carried out like that, but yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope you have a nice day, and I will be uploading a singing video very soon. Thank you.